One does not manifest simply by letting go. I know that's what you want to hear. I know that's what I want to hear. Is I just have to let it go to get what I want. And that's half the battle. Life is a rhythm. It's a swing, it's a cadence, it's a dance. You go forward, then you go back. Your partner gives, and then you give. It's a rhythm. This is why we study the law of polarity and the law of rhythm and stuff like that, in our comedic studies. For this very reason, to understand that you can't blanket statement something and say you're not getting what you want because you're not letting go. And that letting go is first what you have to do. Or maybe not even first, chicken or egg. Who cares about what comes first? What's important to do somewhere along the way is to acknowledge what it is that you actually want. Are you the one that came up with it? Do you still want that thing? Does that thing bring you happiness? Have you defined that thing? Or maybe you have a loose idea of the thing, but it's more of a fantastic longing. And it's not necessarily, and your fantastic longings because, let's say, well, dream big. No dream is too big, which is true, but on a grand scale it's true, but in a specific, again, there's no such thing as absolutes. There's absolutely a dream that you want that's too big, and a good way to tell if it's too big is, well, have you gone as far with your dream or with your goal as to break it down into segments? Have you given yourself a timeline, right? Because of course you have to tether the etheric thought to the physical realm. A good way of doing that is giving, when do you want this thing to be completed? 2021, 22, 23? Is it a 5-year plan? It's like, what have you given yourself a date? Have you given yourself parameters? What's it look like? What's it taste like? What's it smell like? How big is it going to be exactly? Have you budgeted your project? Have you gone over the skills that you're going to need to accomplish the dream that you want? Like, have you actually started moving towards the goal? And if the answer is no, then your goal is a terrible one. And not to say that you should change your goal, but you can't just at this point let go and be like, I want to manifest a 5-bedroom house, and then let go and expect the universe to just hand you over some shit. No, it's not. It's when you start to define the parameters of your will, of your wants, that's when you start doing the practical applicable steps, like taking stock in what skills do I need, when do I want it manifested, all of these things. They require a certain amount of input. They require a substantial amount of input. One would say the bigger the goal, the more input it's going to take. Balance, right? Polarity, again, rhythm. This is all about balance. That's what we learn from rhythm, is rhythm compensates. You must compensate for the thing you want. You can't just let go. You can't just detach. I mean, if you want to be a Buddhist and take it to the extreme, by all means, be the Buddhist, take it to the extreme, but we're not all Buddhists. Nor do I believe that Buddhism is the only way to enlightenment, which is a whole different conversation. You know what I mean? I have somewhat reserved thoughts on detachment and Buddhism. They're sort of, the only way up is through letting go or through egolessness, which I find contradicting, because if it's all one, technically speaking, anything you do can take you to oneness. Even the dark side can take you to the oneness, albeit a very extreme, maybe unnecessary route to nirvana, to oneness, but a route nonetheless. All roads lead to Rome, do they not? So when it comes to detachment, it comes to manifesting because you want something to happen, it's before you let go and let Jesus take the wheel, as they say, you got to make sure you punch in the coordinates well. You got to make sure you punch in the coordinates well. You got to make sure your emotions are on point. Your emotions are the fuel to make shit happen. They're also the fuel to make things not happen. If your anger is running rampant and you're unable to transmute the anger to something useful, you're screwed. You know, people say anger's bad. Oh, anger's bad. It's a low vibration. It's on the. See this? You see this vibration chart we have right here? See how low anger is on the chart? That means it's bad. You need to transcend it. And then some people say, oh, anger is good because anger is a good driving force, and you need anger because some people are too passive and they need to wake up. And anger is a good. Again, both sides are right. Of course, all truths are half truths. So yes, you're right. But specifically speaking, anger is a good emotion to have to get someone moving if that's what they need. If you need to poke the dragon with an iron rod, dragon gets angry, wakes up, and is inspired to take action via anger. The problem is we must learn how to transmute the anger. Once we acknowledge the anger, oh, I am angry. Great, I've been able to utilize my energy and come in on my goals at 110 because of the anger. Sweet. Now, anger is not a sustainable emotion. So this is what the alchemist does. This is what the transmutation artist does. He or she acknowledges the anger, goes, I am angry, I'm experiencing anger. Maybe not I am anger. We should start saying I am experiencing anger, whether it's justified or not, whether it's good or bad. I'm experiencing, okay, sweet. It's inspired me to action. Dope, hell yes, anger for the win. Now, how can I slide the degree up a little bit to where my anger is now maybe not anger. Maybe my anger becomes determination. Maybe I can transmute the energy of anger, the powerful energy of anger, into something more sustainable, like willpower. Maybe I can use my anger to finally map out my week. That's a practical application of alchemy. Okay, I'm going to take my anger and I'm going to make a list of all the important things I need to do to get to my goal over the next week. Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the next 7 days, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to drink this much water, I'm going to exercise. You know what I mean? Your anger creates your momentum, but you have to transmute the anger into something, an energy, an emotion that's more sustainable. Otherwise, you turn into an asshole if you're angry all the time and you let anger determine your choices and you etc. Fear, same way. People say it's good, people say it's bad. They're both right, as we all know. However, in the microcosm, there is an objectively speaking good and bad time to use fear. Fear, again, can trigger a response in your body to survive, right? But then, again, we need to transmute the fear into an emotion that's more stable, and that's what we do, right? As alchemists, we don't stop the swing. We don't stop the swing of peace to chaos, of fear to courage, of love to hate. We don't stop that swing. We just do our best to rise above the swing and get on the next swing at the next tier, so that we're no longer tied to that one swing. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. So when it comes to letting go and attachment, again, the letting go is one side of the swing. The holding on to something, the polar opposite, is the other side of the swing. Same swing, different points of manifestation. So the goal of the conscious creator, if I may be so cliche to use such a title, is to identify the swing, identify both sides of the swing, identify where we are on the swing. Am I fearful? Am I courageous? Can I transmute the fear to courage? Can I get off, say it's fear and courage 5.0. Okay, now I'm operating fear of courage 6.0. An example would be, I'm afraid of heights. So conquering a roller coaster is like the pendulum of fear and courage 1.0. And then, say, bungee jumping is conquering the swing of fear and courage 2.0. And then eventually I'm jumping out of an airplane. Okay, now I've conquered the swing of fear/courage 6.0. You see, like we learned in the Kybalion, every step but furthers the journey. Every foot we gain on the mountain furthers the mountain. It's endless. The pursuit of knowledge, the pursuit of wisdom, the pursuit of ascension, oneness, all of that is endless. infinite. Thank God, because that means we have an infinite amount of experiences. We get sucked back into oneness when the all decides it's time, or blips, you know what I mean, or like six grams of pizza toppings might get you there too, or you know, more or less. So to wrap it up, simply letting go, detaching as a tool of manifestation is half the battle. Anytime someone gives you an absolute, I don't care how many likes they have, how many Instagram followers they have, or whatever. Whenever someone gives you an absolute and says, you must do this thing, know that they are right, but they're most likely not wrong, but maybe not specific enough. Again, saying simply detaching from a thing helps aid in manifestation is half the battle. We must take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Not 1 step forward, 1 step back. When, you know, then we're like the mouse running on the wheel for eternity, dying exactly where we started, tired, alone and cold. That's just a tidbit, you guys. I've been trying to do this thing where I see the videos pop up and I see the titles and I see the headlines and the I see what people are looking for when they're looking for help, and I see what they're typing in. I see the trigger words and the keywords and the trending videos and the trending topics, and what I'm seeing out there is they're only getting half of the information. It's disheartening because I don't know. Well, I guess my feelings on the topic right now aren't necessarily crucial to the gist of the. Maybe we'll go live later and we can go more into depth on that. I mostly just wanted to be like, yo, look at both sides of the coin. Manifest, engage, let go, engage, let go, forward, back, dance. You gotta dance with it, you guys. Life is dancing. It's a rhythm, it's a cadence, it's an art, it's a skill, it's here and it's there. It's Tahuti, man. It's the coyote. It's the trickster. It's the trickster aspect of spirituality. It's fun. It's dope. It's more grounded. It's more practical. It's more useful. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you feel like you've been caught up in the detachment end of manifestation? Do you feel like you've been sort of sucked into this super passive area of manifestation where it's all hands off and it's just let Jesus take the wheel, or it's go with the flow, or you know what I mean? Am I the only one feeling that way? It could be. Curious to know what you guys think. But thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out in the video. I have Keith Garcia website coming up soon. I'm going to be holding space for individuals and one-on-one conversations and one-on-one. Not workshops wouldn't be one-on-one, but conversations, creativity, overcoming obstacles, creating. Specifically, what I want to help with is helping artists create the world that they see in their head. You have a feeling in your head, you have an idea in your head with texture, with sounds, with a certain sepia tone light or sunset light, specifically sunset during the months of October to November. That specific kind of sunlight in the northern hemisphere. You know what I mean? And transposing that feeling and transposing that thought and transposing that willpower into the material world. And that's my bread and butter. And so I've created a space. The website's going to be up for any of you creators out there, or regular people too. This isn't about a creator. We're all creators. This can be about your life. You know, what do you want your home to feel like? We all want our homes to feel a certain way. Whether it's you want to feel like the Shire you know, brewing your own pumpkin ale in the backyard and bottling your own beer like I just did, or whatever it's like. Your boy's got you. So sit tight for the release of my website. It's looking like at the end of the week. But until then, it's harvest season over here, so I've been super busy. I'm shooting out here in the garden because my den is just a plant facility now, just trimming and hang drying and doing the whole thing. But I will do my best to be a little more active, putting out information out there for you guys, staying relevant, staying hip. You know how it goes. But thanks you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for the continued support. We've got some new people on the Patreon. We've got some new people on the members section in the channel. Love you guys. Thank you so damn much. I seriously thank you guys for supporting me. And I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. Take it easy.